G'day guys and welcome to Small to Swole.
Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light this shit up. Yeah, I'ma make this shit hot. Oh, I'ma light this shit up. Light this shit up. Let's go.
In today's video, we'll be covering the fourth of our 5 pillars of strength. Hip hinge. Hip hinge, or simply hinge movements, are exercises that are dominated by extension of the hip rather than extension of the knee like with the squat, and will often have the torso leaning forward more as opposed to the mostly upright position that you find in a squat. Some of the common exercises that fit into this category are the deadlift, the barbell hip thrust, and the glute kickback. Today we'll be looking at some of the basic hip hinge movements that you can do both in and out of the gym, and how a strong hip hinge will help in your everyday life. The main exercises that we have here are our deadlift and our barbell hip thrust. While these are commonly done using a barbell, you can also do these using dumbbells, resistance bands, or just your own body weight. To make our body weight variations easier, you can start by using a decreased range of motion, and to make them harder, try using a single leg. And for a little bit extra, try holding your knee to your chest while performing the exercise. Another good exercise that fits in with this category is a variation of a lunge called a sprinter's lunge. With this exercise, instead of keeping our chest up, we drop our chest forward on the way down and bring it back up as we stand back upright. This puts more focus on extension through the hip than we would typically get with a standard lunge, thus shifting more of the workload from our quads onto our hamstrings. The main muscles worked in our hip hinge movements are our glutes and our hamstrings. With exercises such as the deadlift, our quads, our calves, and the muscles in our back are also engaged during the exercise. However, most of the emphasis is still on our glutes and our hamstrings. Our glutes and our hamstrings can also be targeted individually. They are sometimes hard to isolate from one another, as they both function to extend the hip. However, the hamstrings also flex the knee and can be targeted separate from the glutes with exercises such as variations of our hamstring curls or our Nordic curls. Our glutes can be hit preferentially with exercises such as our glute kickback or in a glute bridge by squeezing our bum tight and trying to relax the rest of the muscles in the leg. Hip hinging movements are important, not just for developing overall strength, but as the main movement we use when picking up small, medium, or even some heavy items off the ground. The glutes and hamstrings are also heavily involved in running, as they are the main muscles responsible for pulling our foot behind our body, thus pushing the rest of it forward. Not only are our legs a large part of staying active and healthy, but they also make up about 50% of our muscle mass, so we need to make sure we work our legs just as hard as the rest of our body. Thank you for watching today's video. If you found it helpful, make sure you check out the other videos in the series about the 5 pillars of strength training. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Are exercises that are dominated